So another track from scratch video. Today we have the Arpeggiator device. I hope this will be a fun one. I already have an idea I want to start this, but let's see where this will take us. Also today I will have 30 minutes limit, so I'm going to start the clock. And I thought I will start with some sort of hi-hat patterns with using the Arpeggiator. So if I use the drum machine, this should work quite nicely. I will just look for some sort of, let's take the 14-inch one. Right, there are just hi-hats here. I just need a bit more volume. Right, so I can use the Arpeggiator to sequence this in all sorts of ways. What we have, it starts from C, right? So let's see. I can just do this here. Right, so let's have this one, for example, the whole way. And then maybe something like this here, and then open, let's have it here. Another open here, maybe the foot can be also all the way. I'm just searching for notes, and this will basically arpeggiate these notes and will create a rhythm. Maybe the open can be here, right? And the right crash, I don't want the right crash. Right, so now it will just arpeggiate these hi-hats. Right, and I have the length of 16 or a whole bar, but here I can change this. So if I turn off retrigger and I change this, let's say to, I don't know, let's say 10 steps. Right, now I can start adding here some variation. Also, first of all, maybe I can change, although I really like this pattern, but maybe we can look for a different one. Let's say, for example, up. Oh, this is a nice one. Right, and then I can start changing the velocity, and because we have here just 10 steps and there we have 16 steps, it should be quite interesting. Maybe I can even have maybe I can even turn off some of the gates. Right, and again, because we have here 10 steps and there are 16, it will create some sort of rhythm. Right, maybe something like this. Oh, and maybe we can add even ghost notes with by sequencing here the repetition, the note values. Let's go with steps, for example. Maybe also 16th. And let's see, maybe I will make this bipolar, so we will also have, where is it? So we will also have like eighth notes, right? So I'm just going to modulate this by 1. I wish this would have been different here, so I can really see the values and not 0 to 1 or 0 to 5. I could really see when I want to control something exactly the range here, but never mind, this is how it is. Let's have here, for example, right? Haha, so this is a bit glitchy. Right, I can also add here maybe another note effect, maybe the humanize one. Not the humanize, the randomize one, right? A bit more variation on the velocity and also on the panning. Right, let's go also with a different BPM. Let's go with 135, I don't know why. And let's try and create a bass. So this was something I wanted to try and start this track with, and it worked quite nicely. Let's try and create a nice bass, maybe with the polymer. And again, I will use the Arpeggiator. And in this case, instead of arpeggiating chords, it will just play a note here. Maybe, you know what, maybe a length of 7. So here we have 8. Here we have 7/16. Let's go with C2, because then maybe, or maybe not C, let's go with G. This is not G, this is G. something like this. And maybe we will go with a wavetable and maybe a bit thick. Right, and add the envelope. Maybe I will go to the saw. Right, something like this. And again, there we have 7, here we have 8. If I turn off retrigger, they will just meet each other at different places. And also I can now start transposing things. Right, so for example, maybe this one can be, let's say 7 semitones up. And you know what? Now the 7 and the 8 are not really meeting each other, so maybe I will... I don't know. Let's leave it like this for now. I like this, but... maybe we can add another steps here just to turn this on and off, this step here. Maybe just 2 steps. One on, wax on, wax off, right? And I will turn this off, and then with this modulation I will turn this on. Why is it not working? Oh, maybe because I have to make this the other way around. Yeah. Right? And let's have here some modulation on the decay. Again with another step, 16th notes, randomization. Still not 10 minutes and I'm already done with one voice with the hi-hats. That's great. Right? And maybe another one, but with, let's say, 7 steps. Where is it? 7 steps to modulate the decay of the filter envelope. Right, so this is really fun also for just creating sequences like this. And maybe also velocity we can change here and maybe control the filter. You know what, here I don't have velocity set, but if I add the expressions, I can use the velocity to control the filter even more. Right, so for example, I can take the velocity all the way down here. Right? And have some sort of control like this. And now I will start maybe processing this a bit. So what I will do, I will use the effects layer. I will leave one as my dry signal and another one with a filter. I will solo this for a second with the high pass filter. Right, somewhere here maybe, and then lots of delay. Mix all the way up because we have already the dry signal. Right, and maybe some reverb, I'll just use the convolution in this case. Maybe a different filter, maybe I want something with a bit, yes, with a bit resonance, and this is a bit too loud. Also this second layer is a bit too loud. Right, and now what I can do, I can create here a nice macro to control, right, to control the filter. Oh, I like this. Filter base, filter. Right, and now what I will do, I will just group this to an instrument layer. and have, yeah, but then I need to take the arpeggiator out to here, so it will sequence everything, and I will just add my lovely my lovely sub-oscillator here. Why is this droning? Let me mute this for a second. Maybe I will change the envelope. Let me take a different envelope. AD. Yeah. Oh yeah. Right? Just to add a sub bass. Right, and this can be the bass. I don't know, this is what I came up with, right? Just what came out of this, and it's kind of nice. Right, let's just quickly add a kick to this, just for another rhythm. I don't know which rhythm to add to this. Maybe this. Let's see. Yeah. The bass is for sure a bit too loud. I don't like these sliders. I always need I know how it's gonna sound. I always need knobs to control. Something like this, maybe a bit less decay, more click. Maybe I can tune this a bit down. Oh yeah. Right, maybe delay just on this click. Right, if I solo this. Just a bit of blur. And of course, ducking from the kick. And what I will do, maybe I will, you know what, I will just do this. Where is my instrument layer? This one here. Opalach effects. Let's go with the EQ plus. And then I can control the bass frequencies. More and the high frequencies, maybe here another shelf. Where is the high shelf? Just a tiny bit. Right. Maybe the low is a bit more. Okay. The hi-hats are totally wonky, I like this. Okay, now let's add an ARP, maybe another polymer. And maybe, you know what we can do, Let's create something like this. I will add the ARP here, but I will group this into a note layer, and we will have a few ARPs. Right, so let's see what we will do. Let's leave it here like this for a second, and let's start. Let's start with here. It's just too high. Right, G. Let's go with B flat. And D, of course, and maybe an F. Right, and maybe here I can add another B flat. Hopalach. But not so long. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, don't retrigger. And we can change this to 9 steps. Right, and let's turn off a few of the steps, and maybe let this go low and up. I have no idea what this means. Probably it keeps the lowest note. It sounds horrible for now, but let's leave it like this, and maybe here use the velocity all the way. And just here you don't need velocity if there is no step. Right? And I'm going to change this to be polyphonic. Right, and let's go in this case, let's go with another wavetable, but a different one. Do I have something saved here? Yeah, let's go with the flute. And again, let's fatten this up a bit. Right, modulate this randomly for a second. Yeah. Right, something like this. Right, and now if I add another arpeggiator, right, this will be a polyphonic. Right, we have 2 arpeggiators at once. Let's go with 7 steps. Right, and have here maybe this one, maybe an octave up. And again, do not re-trigger. So we have this one note. I don't want it full velocity. And maybe up. Right, and maybe this one we can transpose a bit. Maybe do I have it here? No, let's transpose, where is it? Note transpose, an octave down. Right, and I will add another arpeggiator, which will have, let's say, 16 steps, and velocity a bit changed, and also the gate length a bit changed. Right, because we have sustain there, or we have decay even. Right? And maybe this we can have, no, let's have this random. No, I don't want random. Let's go up and down. Do not re-trigger, or doesn't matter because we have 16th. And let's have this, let's have this with 8th. And again, let's transpose this down. And not transpose down. Or actually, transpose this up. Right, so now we have 3 arpeggiators controlling this one voice. And we just have to make this a bit more pretty. Right, something like this. And let's see. Let's add some noise to this. Just a bit, tiny bit of sub. Change the filter. I still have this all the way down in level here. Reverb, and then let's go here with the delay 2. And you know what I will do? I will create another layer here of the effects layer, and here I will add let me solo this for a second, a delay with the pitch shifter. So I will just use 2 pitch shifters. One will go down 12 semitones, one will go up 12 semitones. It stays in the same place pitch-wise, but I'm going to create a sort of a delay, right, just by doing this. Right, and then I can add here maybe an EQ plus. take the lows a bit out and maybe add even another delay here. Right? Maybe also here. Oh, this is nice. Did I not call this bass filter? And let's sidechain also this. In this case of this polymer, I'm going to sidechain everything. So what do I need here? This note, this here. Right, something like this. It's a bit happy, that's for sure. I'm not such a fan of this sound, but I think we will move on. I think we need another voice here. Let's go this time with the polysynth, which is not so happy usually. And you know what? Let's add another one here. I want to try to do something like this. Let's have here. Of course, AM, mix all the way up, unison on the second voice, noise, and this is definitely less happy. But now what I want to do, I want to use the instrument, where is it? Let's see, shall I get it here? No, this is another note effects. I want to add the instrument, you know what, I will just do this. The instrument selector, yes. Right, and put a polysynth there. Of course, okay, this is set already like this. So let me add now another sound, maybe again with the polymer. Right, and I don't change this to manual, I want to change this to new note randomly selects. No, new note uses the first free layer. Let's go with round robin. Right now, this I'm going to take out for a second. You know what, let me take this to manual. Let me just select this for a second, work on this sound. Right, just have another, maybe union. Not union, where was it? Phase. Right, something like this. Where's the arpeggiator? Let's work on it a bit. Right, something like this. After everything, I'm going to put a filter. I'm going to put sweep. Right, so here I can open the filter all the way. Here I can, or I can even disable here the filter. Right. Okay, this is way louder. Right, and let's add here some effects. Just want to see how it sounds, because I want to add another one. Maybe another polymer with a different. Different sound, maybe swarm. Right, also a bit noisy. I know what I've done. I have here, okay, never mind, you know what, let's leave it like this. And let's have here maybe the, I know what, convolution. And then after the convolution, the amp in stereo. Right? So now we have 1, 2, 3. Of course, you can work on this for hours just on this thing. But aha. And again, I don't want this to be so funny, so not funny, so happy, sorry. So I added some reverb before sweep, and then I'm just going to add distortion. And let me change here, maybe use a comb filter. Modulated comb filter. Right, take everything down here. This is way too loud. Way too loud. And even sidechain is. Where was the ARP here? Oh, here I also have a... No, okay, I didn't use it. So now I can have another macro here. And this will control the filter for the ARP. Right? It's not so happy anymore. I like this. And then another macro here to control this filter here. And this will be, I don't know, sec filter. Right, and I can add some punch to it with another envelope. Not a punch, but just a bit of, where is it? Another ADSR. No attack, no sustain, no release. And just control here the filter of it. Right, also here maybe a bit of reverb, I don't know. Okay, let's see, maybe I can use an ARP just on a ride, for example. I don't know if it will work. Because the ride, for example, has here a pitch control, so maybe let's have, right? Or maybe just the one. Just the one, and just here create some variation. Right, something like this, and maybe the velocity we can change, it will control the decay. Something like this, and then again the expression. Right, and then maybe the what did I want here? I wanted here the randomize for panning and velocity a bit. Something like this. Maybe it's a bit too loud. Maybe also here's some movement. Maybe the kick, with 30 seconds I can make here the kick maybe a bit more, grouping it with another kick, maybe the 808 kick. And just create for the 808 kick, I'm going to create a bit more. Right, a bit more drive and then maybe take it a bit out of the bass. Right, and maybe also add here some delay. Right. Where is it? Right, and I think that's it. Those were 30 minutes. It's a bit low on level. Oh yeah. That's better. The ride is a bit annoying, but of course, we can do this. I'm done, I'm sorry, I'm just playing around here. Okay, that's it, I'm not touching this anymore. That was the track from scratch today with the Arpeggiator. So much to explore still, but this was a fun one. Thank you again so much for watching. Cheers!